Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode on the AfterLife server. As you can see, I am standing in my newest and greatest creation, which is a dirt portal. Not really. This is not a dirt portal I've attempted to make. I just put this here as a placeholder because Obsidian's quite annoying to mine, just so that I could get the coordinates. So if we do that and then press F2, that should mean I have a screen cap of that now and I can work out exactly where that is in the nether. So since you last saw the village, guys, what I've actually done is built up some walls around it. Some of the stupid villagers managed to get on the outside. That's your own fault, mate. That's your own fault. You need to get yourself back in. But this just means that I need to do a little bit of torch spam, but I've run out of coal. Just to make sure this place is totally safe for these guys. And then we can start getting some infrastructure in place. Now, obviously last episode I didn't find any diamonds, but, which was my house, this one's my house, I did actually find some in between. And obviously, as is law in the Minecraft recording world, I will show you them. I even managed to get a few more. So now I have a total of 8 diamonds, which are, you know, not ones that KB gave me. So I think we're going to grab those. I've got a little bit of wood. I'm going to make ourselves our first tools that we need. So I would like to have my first pickaxe. Lovely. And then we're going to need to make ourselves, let me think. We've got enough diamonds to do an axe as well, which will be quite important. And I do want to have a shovel. I was quite tempted to make a hoe. They are important now, you know, but I think a shovel will be quite useful because I'm needing to pick up a heck of a lot of sand. So I'm going to put that back in there. And I think what I might do next actually is head over to the Ender, get up some levels and actually see if we can enchant these. We're going to risk it for a biscuit. So it's been about a day since I've recorded, and boy, do I have a story for you. Lots of things have happened in the meantime, and I think we're going to call it the Obsidian Saga. Before I left on my little adventure yesterday, I actually found this lava pool over here, which gave me a nice little bit of convenient obsidian to make my portal with. That is probably the only convenient thing that happened. I used my new diamond pick to get the obsidian, lit the portal, and then covered it up with dirt so that the villagers couldn't go through and load a portal that I didn't need. Now, as you guys know, it is a pretty long way back to spawn area, so I used my Elytra, but I realised as I was flying that the Elytra was running pretty low, but luckily for me I actually ran into KB's base. Elytra problems is a little bit of foreshadowing, by the way. I had absolutely no problems at the Ender, obviously apart from the Enderman being really loud, as usual. I'm from kind of the old school of enchanting, and I like to stick my first tools actually in the enchanter and kind of just see what I get. It does also help if you remember to have lapis. But luckily for me, some of the guys had already thought of that and left some behind, so you guys need to remind me I need to fill up that lapis again. But I did manage to get fortune on a pick, which is always fantastic. I didn't really want silk touch on the axe, but I'm quite happy to have that on the spade. And then I randomly got fortune on the axe, which I'm not sure how useful that is, but I'll take it. This is the point where things kind of started to go badly. I'm used to being on the Pam's Harvest Craft server where I have everything I need, and I'm quite scatterbrained. Right, now I need to figure out which of these abandoned tunnels, or I guess unused tunnels, is going to take me to my base. I've got my coordinates, which is hilariously -666 and then +262. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can figure out which one will be best. I started digging my tunnel and then realised I've made kind of a fatal mistake because I have no gold armour of any kind, I have no torches, and I don't even have any obsidian to actually make the portal with at the end. So I'm hoping that the shopping district can deliver on this front, but I've got not a clue where I'm going to look for those things. not a sausage of what I need over in the shopping district, but I remembered then that there was this community chest area, and I'm gonna see if there's anything in here that I can have. Oh, and I also remembered that I'm a complete idiot, and I actually had 9 gold ore in my ender chest, and there's ender chests literally everywhere on this server, so that's quite useful. I just need a furnace of some kind. Just want a little dinky gold helmet, just something to distract pigmen with the shinies, or some obsidian, but I suppose no one's left obsidian lying around because it is an absolute blag to mine. Although I suppose if I go in the community mine, I might be able to mine some of it myself. Oh, hello there. This is exactly what I need, and I can use my brand spanking new fortune pickaxe to get a bunch of coal, and then we actually have something to light up the tunnel with. One useful thing I've managed to get. So I might be using Whitefire's furnace. I owe you 2 pieces of coal, but I think we have enough now if I can find a crafting table to make me a shiny gold safety helmet. Lovely. Now we're ready. Almost. I just need some obsidian somehow. I think I'm going to fly around a bit and see if I can find a pool of lava to waterify. But first, rockets. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have used my last diamond to buy level 2 rockets, because this is what happened. Oops. That was unfortunate. Oh. I don't know where my stuff is. Oh, thank goodness. Luckily it wasn't too far, so I was able to find this quite easily. Oh my gosh, my stuff was so close to like falling in the lava. Oh, so I had to borrow a couple of things to get back here. I had to borrow an Elytra from Jay's shop, which I'm now going to need to do something with, repair or pay for. And I also borrowed some more rockets. Sorry guys, I needed my stuff. So I've checked all my stuff and I've got everything, like the chest plate, all the tools that I just enchanted, but the one thing that seems to have fallen in the lava is my water bucket. The one thing that I actually needed to do this job has fallen in the lava. Oh, this is turning out to be a great day. At this point, a sensible person might have, decided to regroup and fly back to base, and not risk any more danger. I'm not a sensible person. So I decided I was going to mine for some iron. And then I used that iron to make myself a new bucket, because I also realised that water can't flow upwards. Who would have known? And therefore, digging a trench wasn't going to do me any good. So I made myself a bucket and finally got myself some obsidian. After all that excitement, I was finally able to dig my actual nether tunnel. Whew, that was pretty hairy, but I've done it. This block here is -666, 262, which is the coordinates I have written down. This is a long tunnel, but it's not as long as flying back to the bases. And once I've got this all iced up, or maybe a rail track, I don't know, I'll have to ask the guys why they haven't used rail tracks, because I quite like a fun ride through the nether. But anyway, let's see if this works. I should come out in my village. Let's see. I'm going to break the... Oh, yes! Yes! It worked! Oh, I'm so happy! Right, let's just see if it works the other way now. And we go back through. Oh, yes, it does! That's great! Yes! I made it work! Thankfully, though, that's now all over with, and we have a working nether portal. I also did a little bit of other stuff while I was going around. I met up with Justin earlier, and he needed a little bit of help cutting down some spruce trees, which obviously I offered to help him in exchange for having some of the saplings. And then we actually flew and found a dark oak forest and a jungle, grabbed ourselves some of those, some cocoa beans and whatnot, and now I actually have the beginnings of a tree farm. Although I did promise him that I would get some acacia trees from over there, so we can do that in a bit because he'll need some of those saplings. Good to have all of the wood when you get started. But the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to sleep, And then I'm actually going to rip down this entire village apart from the walls, and we are going to have ourselves a little time lapse. And we're done. I did record a little bit more footage where I actually like made these like retaining walls and stuff, but for some reason that didn't save properly. Also, the Wandering Traders stopped by, and what's really cool is they have that like vanilla tweaks on this server, or whatever mod it is, where you can actually buy like the player heads. So I bought my head. I also got Runic Titan, Whitefire, and All Out J, and I think I'm going to collect them all. I'm going to collect them all, and I'm going to display them like a headhunter on all of these parts of my base. Now, the actual plan for this place is to make it into kind of like, I guess, like a working area. I've already got a bit of a chess monster like building up over here, because there actually is another village over there and an even bigger desert, which will suit kind of my bigger base purposes. But I do need somewhere to have a few little farms and things that I can keep popping back to and kind of AFKing at. So this one is already kind of an iron farm, I guess. I need to kind of lock these villages up, because it would be nice to have a kind of trading hall here. So I'm sort of lazily breeding them, I guess. I've just put some beds out and I'd let that open so that one of the farmers can go in. And he has been busy feeding these guys, and they've been having babies. So I just need to whack a few more beds down, and they should kind of sort themselves out, really. But one of the first builds that I want to do is around the nether portal up here. I'd kind of like to make the first trading hall as the librarians, as if they're kind of like, I guess, like the sacred guardians of the nether portal, and kind of lock them in place with the, what are they called, the bookcasey things, whatever it is that they are, the book stand thingies, so that they can't move around, and then I can get like my mending and whatever from them. Oh, speaking of mending, I actually had to get mending on all of these, so I did some mining to pay back the Elytra that I used, and then I went and bought mending because I needed mending, so I had to mine more diamonds. So that's going really well. Right guys, I'm gonna sleep, and I guess we should start on doing a little bit of building to finish off today. It's looking a little bit rough at the moment, but the general idea is kind of to have, I guess, almost like an open ceiling with kind of leaf blocks and things, and I was going to use the campfires to create almost kind of like a trellis over the top, and then some of them will be missing with these. So it's kind of open, but also like kind of enclosed. I was also trying to figure out a way to incorporate lighting, because one of the annoying things about sandstone and sand is there isn't any carpet that like matches it. But actually what I'm going to do is have like a light blue carpet going down here to match this really nice terracotta. I really like this blue and white one, actually. I think that suits the kind of the desert theme really nicely. It looks like a kind of Portuguese tiles. But the only thing that is irritating me at the moment is the fact that this staircase is off-centered rather a lot, and I think the only solution to that is actually just to like whack it over here, so like literally just to completely move it to a different place, because that is really gonna annoy me. But I think what I want to do now, let's start placing these and see how we go. I've tried to use the Elytra to kind of like get myself into position in various places, and it is not a good idea. It is not that accurate. So it's much better to pilly yourself up with dirt. Now, what we're going to do is, it's going to be kind of like leaf blocks. Actually, let's put them next to each other so I can get them easily. It's going to be like one of these. I think just covering the portal is how I did it. Now I'm going to have to figure out how to do this without jumping on it. Actually, if I do it from this side, because this hurts when you hit it. And then we just put it out with the spade like that. Right, let's have leaf blocks all back here. It's a shame that they're this kind of like muddy colour, because they could be like a lot nicer than that, but that's what we're going to have to go with, unfortunately. And I can't replace these because I don't have Silk Touch, so we're going to have to get it right first time. We're going to have to get it right first time. I think, what is it? The shovel's Silk Touch, isn't it? I found that I could actually pick up leaf blocks with the shovel. Look at that. Hilarious. It's looking interesting. I'm not sure about it at the moment. I am quite happy with the sides though here. I've used like trapdoors to kind of like give the wall a bit of indentation. There's like actually nothing behind that one. It's just for decoration. I might, as I've got this sandstone stairs on me right now, let's just see what this looks like, because it's just looking a little bit flat. Oh yeah, that's loads better, right? Let's change these up. That looks much nicer, and I quite like how high up they are as well. It kind of gives that sense of like this is like a private place, like you can't like be like, huh, what's going on? I like that feeling. Now around this side, I think I'm going to put the sandstone stairs here, and I might even put something here as like a barrier, but I'm going to have these at the front like this, so you've got somewhere to walk in. There'll be wool on the ground here, and the little librarians are going to live in this bit here, and the lectern, I remembered the word, is going to go in the front here so that I can access it as well and like keep kind of books, I guess like instructions on how to use the villager trading post. This place needs a name. This place needs a name. Speaking of names, actually guys, all of my tools and other things need names, but I always name my stuff after songs, so if you have any ideas, you know, just pop them down in the comments and I shall consider them. But what we need to do in here is actually a bit of lighting, and this is actually my first time using these chains. I love the sound they make. It's so cool. I'm just gonna pop a few lanterns just kind of like for the atmosphere more than for like the actual lighting. Oh, that's so cool. And just have a few kind of hanging out. Where could we have another short one? Maybe over here? Oh yeah. I might move those around a bit, but I quite like the way that looks, kind of like randomly placed. It's a bit weird at the front actually. I'm gonna have a little fiddle with it, and then we'll see where we're at. I was just thinking this desert theme was kind of missing something, and I figured it out. It's archways. That looks so much better. What I'm going to do is stick them around the sides as well so that it all kind of mirrors, and that makes it look really a lot more dramatic. I like that. We're going to go with that. Right, friend, you're coming with me. I've got a new home for you, and you're going to be a working sheep. Delightful. Okay guys, I just logged back on to take a good look at this, and I mean, it's looking fabulous, but then I like turn around and was like, oh, I'll get a better view of it, and there's a shulker box here, and I can't believe this. This is from Popping Fish. What? What? A silk? What? I'm literally like shooketh. Another block of diamond. Netherite scraps, like enough to make like another Megarite, netherite, whatever it's called, netherite ingot, and I can't even talk. I can't even talk. Well, Mr. Blue Sheep, you've been very helpful. I've made you some grass over here, so you better come eat it so that I can keep getting blue wool that I can use all around my build. And I think we're gonna have to wrap this up now. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode with all its many shenanigans. I'm happy that I've got my kind of first build done, and this is looking a lot neater than it was when I first moved in, so I hope these villagers are all grateful for the hard work that I'm going to put into this. Can't believe that Puffing Fish has left me some netherite. That is amazing. We're going to have to give him some kind of gift. Perhaps I shall use my building skills for something. We shall see. But until next time, guys, don't forget, drop me a name if you have any ideas of like your favourite song or something we should name some of these. Oh, and before I forget, actually, there is a UHC event that's been going on the server. Obviously, I'm not part of it because I wasn't with them when they recorded it. But if you go and check out everybody's channels in the description, you can see them. It is pretty funny. I definitely recommend it. And if you are a YouTuber, you can actually come and join us on the server. Applications are open, which is how I got in, and obviously because I messed with nether portals. But if you check the description for the link, you can, if you fancy it, you know, you feel like you're in a good place on YouTube and you want to join some people on a server, you know, just apply and you might get in. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.